Maxwell Starr's beer review. Tonight we're going to take a look at a new product from Budweiser. And you know my love for AB. Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Maxwell Starr's beer review. And you know my love of AB InBev products. We're going to take a look at Bud Light Radler. This is the new Radler, Grapefruit Radler that's based off of Bud Light. Of course, Budweiser, AB InBev has to hop aboard the old Radler train, which is currently steaming right ahead. A lot of people out there are kind of looking at this as like the next new cooler. There's a whole Radler craze going on, where it seems like every brewery's got one now. And of course they want to hop on that train. Now, looking at here, it says it was brewed by the Labatt Brewing Company. One of the most impressive things, though, upselling this a little, is that I noticed that the ABV on this beer is only about, 2.4%. And for those who don't know what a traditional Radler is it comes from a story I've told before on this channel, and I probably fuck it up every time, that there was like some cycling race in Germany or something that way back when that they had an entire bike race landed at this inn, and this inn didn't have enough beer for all the cyclists, so they diluted the beer with fruit juice and created an even more refreshing beverage that turned out to be a huge hit, and they sold out of it, blah 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 blah. And of course, Radler means cyclist in Germany, so there could be some credence to that rumor. So really, what a Radler is 50% juice, 50% beer. So the impressive thing to me is that if this is 50% juice, 50% beer, then the ABV logically would be 2.4 ABV. Although you'd think that'd be like regular Budweiser diluted 50%, but I digress. Anyway, it says Bud Light Radler Grapefruit made with real fruit juice. Let's crack the top off of this one and see how well they did. That's a little bit of water in my glass. Oh wow. Fruity. So right off the bat, I'm getting this nice citrusy grapefruit aroma. It's a little powerful to the point where I'm almost thinking that citrusiness is a little numbing. So it almost makes me think that at some degree they used a concentrate. And maybe they used too much of the concentrate. Now, one thing that Moosehead did in their Radler is they used grape juice. I wonder if they used grape juice here as well. So the pure concentrated grapefruit juice, concentrated white grape. Yeah, so they did use grape juice. So not just grapefruit juice, they used grape juice. To add sweetness. Contains barley. Well, I would hope it would. But looking at that, nice, thick, creamy, hazy appearance. Not much head. Wow. To be totally honest, I wasn't expecting to get anything from Budweiser that was that hazy. But I'll give them credit where credit's due when it comes to a nice fruit juice filled Radler. That is actually really nice looking. Let's give it a whiff. As I mentioned before, you get this nice citrus grapefruit off the top. It's very sweet. You can smell the adjoining grape juice that comes with it. But it's mostly this grapefruit that's so intense that it almost numbs your senses a little, because it's not sharp, it's just a lot of it. But at the same time, it's very mild, it's very mellow. You don't really smell a lot of the beer in it, and I'm not surprised considering how watery Bud Light is. Smells like fruit juice, to be honest. Maybe a little bit soda water fruit juice. Put it on the hash. Cheers. Whoa. So, very tangy. Very tangy fruit juice. Grapefruit. You get this nice taste of sweet grapefruit juice. It bursts into your mouth. And it tastes almost like drinking grapefruit juice from like ocean spray. But then it's diluted a little as it disappears into the back of your throat, leaving just a lick of that grapefruit sweetness and soda water, and then it's gone. Like right now, I'm got a little bit of like the grapefruit acidity lingering on the back of my tongue, and then past that, nothing. My mouth is dry. You take another drink, it's another explosion of flavor. This nice tart grapefruit. They clearly only use the white grape juice as a sweetness filler. That dissipates pretty quickly. The biggest flavor you're left with is this real grapefruit juice taste. And then the grapefruit juice dissipates rather quickly. Drink that nice and cold, and imagine that would be really refreshing. That's actually quite impressive. And it's been said before that the Radlers that tend to come from the more macro brewing companies have the cleaner lager base to put with a beer like this, because it doesn't get in the way with the fruit juice, and the fruit juice is what carries, the selection of fruit juice is what carries a Radler more, it seems. Although Pump House did a solid Radler with their crafty Radler, this beer is, it's actually quite nice. That's a solid Radler. And I honestly wasn't expecting that from AB InBev, especially considering, like, I think the last macro Radler that I had was the one from Rickards, which was just too acidic for me to like. It's not my favorite, but it's not a bad beer, and I would drink it again. This is a nice summer crusher. And considering their track record, is like the track record of Bud Light towards craft beer fans, like the how quality perceived of AB InBev products to craft beer fans. Excuse me. You don't normally think of Bud Light as being a decent beer, but this is. And I would ask that before you click the dislike button down below this video, that you give yourself get a can of this and try it, because I think they did a solid job on this. I give that 3.5 out of 5. That's probably the highest rating I've ever given a Bud product, but still, that is a decent lager. I think they did a good job on it. Anyway, thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's beer reviews of Bud Light Radler. As far as their Radler goes, they did their homework on this one. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll chat with you folks later. Cheers.